Reactions as Okonkwo says 25% in FCT was judged with constitution, but transmission of result wasn't. You see? Exactly. So they apply the constitution and the laws where was straightforward for them to interpret and for them to apply. But the other ones that will affect their position and their integrity and affect their sentiment, they use their head knowledge to interpret it rather than using the law. And I think Kenneth Okonkwo was right in what he said, because when you see the way the judgment was read, you see a lot of sentiment, you see a lot of head knowledge, you see a lot of gaps with application of law to some sections and not applying the same law to other sections. It's quite unfortunate, but let's see the reactions that are thrilling what Kenneth Okonkwo said. Kenneth Okonkwo, a Labour Party chieftain and one of the spokesperson of the Obidati Presidential Campaign Council, has stated that the Presidential Election Petition Court cited the Constitution while judging the issue of scoring 25% in FCT, but failed to apply the same thing on the issue of electronic transmission of results from the polling unit. This was contained in a post that he shared on his official Twitter page on Thursday. His statement is coming following the final judgment made by the Presidential Election Petition Court on Wednesday. In the post that he shared on his page, he said the court cited the preamble of the Constitution to explain scoring 25% in FCT, but couldn't use the preamble to explain the electronic transmission of votes. Okay? And that is exactly where some of the truances occurred in passing that judgment. That is the truth. Okay? So that was in Kenneth Okonkwo's post. He said it is this judgment is an analog judgment applied to a advanced technology electoral act of 2022 to rule that civil forfeiture is not a fine, okay, as contemplated by the Constitution, is to overrule the decision of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, a court which cited the preamble. And again, he said of the Constitution to explain a way scoring 25% FCT couldn't use the preamble of the Electoral Act to explain the clear attention of the lawmakers regarding the electronic transmission of result. I disagree with this judgment in its entirety. Exactly. So after he made the statement, there have been several reactions from social media. Kindly, okay, let's see what some people are saying. Somebody said totally unacceptable, and that is true. May God help us in this country. So sad, actually. God help us. The most ridiculous judgment I have listened to since my lifetime. Exactly. It's the most ridiculous judgment. Very, very bad. Very, very bad. There's some people have come out here. I know that some people come here to support the judgment. Lawyer Okonkwo had slept when the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal ruled that electronic transfer was an administrative matter adopted by INEC at his will, which he can decide to abandon if not necessary because the method was not established by the Constitution. So the Constitution permits INEC to use whatever method it desires, and INEC had used the method it felt useful. So Okonkwo is a sleeping lawyer. Can you imagine? That's what somebody's saying here. Okay, so if he was enshrined in Electoral Act of 2022 and was signed by the executive arm, which was the president, then why would it not be treated as law? You get time, they answer the comedian lawyer. Can you imagine? Yes, his sleepy eyes on the judiciary. Can you imagine? Mr. Whitemouth, charge and bail lawyer, shame on you. Can you imagine that insulting to Okonkwo here? Everybody says to Okonkwo. Says Okonkwo, we thank God we saw judgment live. If not, by now, you would have said many fake narratives to the public. And you believed it, Abi. You believed that the judgment was correct. So So why not tell us what the Constitution says on electronic transmission of result, Mr. Failed Politician? Eh? Now, wow. So, and when a useless human being like you talk, you go know. And they're going to sort themselves on the social media as well. Eh? Now, wow. The way this country is going, I tell you. And somebody is saying, but the same Okonkwo used to argue 25% being compulsory for FCT illiterate lawyers everywhere. I think it is time for the winner stand firmly to deal with troublemakers. Okay, the winner should sit idle and watch. Okay, shouldn't sit idle and watch miscreants derail his government. What is that? So Tinubu should start behaving like a dictator. It's already behaving like a dictator, and it's already leading Nigeria to doom. And the Western world will enjoy it. And you people that cannot even feed 3 times a day will also see it. Okay? Of course, you will not see them on the social media again. Watch out, Nigerian police just warned today that they henceforth watch out for them, not be only Nigerian police. Okay, the winner should solve our suffering. You cannot be poor and still be a witch. So how? It really means Okonkwo wasn't paying attention. Maybe he slept over. No matter how hard Okonkwo pay attention, his level never reached PAPT. Can you imagine? Yeah? Can't you see all the Labour Party lawyers, including Okonkwo, senior advocate of Nollywood? Hey. Somebody should then sue INEC for that. I will pity this country the way we are going. The presidential election loaded with rigging by INEC chairman Yakubu Mahmood and co. God Almighty must not forgive INEC chairman Yakubu Mahmood and co. with their entire families. That is it. It's unfortunate that Nigeria has slided into a what they call a democratic dictatorship era. Okay, and by the time APC finishes, they want to kill all the political parties and turn it to a one-party system in Nigeria, and it's going to be very, very bad. The only way to reverse this trend, I don't know which kind of force that will be required, but I tell you, the direction Nigeria is going, in the very short while, some tribes will be annihilated, and some people will start eating each other in Nigeria because the hardship is going to be so hard that people will not be able to survive it. All the people insulting Kenneth Okonkwo on this chart, if you look at them, some of them cannot feed 3 times a day. Some of them cannot even buy fuel. A lot of them have packed their cars. A lot of them don't have job again. A lot of them are even begging to survive. Okay, they will still go and beg Labour Party members that are surviving for money. That is how bad it is. So you don't have money, and the system that is killing you, you cannot put energy to correct it. Now, the corrupt money has gone around everywhere, all aspects of government, and now there's nothing anybody can do now except divine intervention. Quite unfortunate that Nigeria is being destroyed like this. It's okay. So now they have proven that integrity does not pay in Nigeria. Do anything to get your money and use the money to block the mouth of law enforcement agents, okay, and the judiciary, and you will get your way through. That is exactly what has been established by the tribunal. It is clear. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment in this matter.